Welcome to the channel. As you know, we're all excited today and every day about sharing emotional intelligence and how that can be. Hang on a second. Hang on. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Sweetheart, did you buy another purse? Yes, I did. And I put it next to your bobblehead doll, those fishing poles that you just bought last week. So how are we paying for this purse? Not my stuff is in the budget, under entertainment. Yeah, so is mine. It's in the clothes category. Are you freaking serious? How is a purse clothes? I mean, do you wear a purse? I mean, is it covering your body? Ugh. This is an example of one of the most common reasons why couples fight. Money, y'all. Making it rain. Some of y'all like to make it rain. Some of y'all like to make money. Some people like to spend money. Today, we're going to find out which styles are which and how you can avoid some of this nasty conflict. First of all, some of us are wired to be spenders, and some of us are wired to be savers, and thank God for the savers. Because without each one of those in our lives, we would have no balance. But which ones are more apt to do which? Take a look at this next graphic. Outgoing folks and reserved folks. So when I talk about this outgoing personality style, these folks are fast-paced, involved, energetic, optimistic, positive, enthusiastic. Woo! Take the leg by the tail, just sling it around and throw it somewhere. When conflict comes along, however, though, they focus on talking things out. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Hey, can I help you? Can I help you? Hey, you good? You good? You good? You good? You good? And she wants to slap my hand away. And so if she's more a reserved person, she's going to be a little bit slower paced. Now, that doesn't mean she works slowly. That means just she's slow to act or get engaged because she wants to think things through before she speaks. So they're cautious folks, they're concerned, they're reluctant, critical thinkers, and always discerning. And when conflict comes along for them, they focus on thinking things through. Should I? Nope. But don't have all the facts yet. And that's their mentality. All right, so where are you on that scale of outgoing versus reserved? If you're outgoing, kind of remember that I'm towards the top of the screen. If you're reserved, you're more towards the bottom of the screen. We're going to divide you into people person or if you're more of a task-oriented person. People-oriented folks are all about caring and sharing and relationships and emotions and feelings and friendships. They focus on the opinions of others and how they feel. So we tend to be pretty emotional, and I am very much a people-oriented person. I'm an emotional guy. I cried during the movie Frozen. Nobody does that, but I did because my daughter was there, and she's gonna have a boyfriend one day and get married. And she said, "Pull it together, Dad." Anyway, because she's more of a task-oriented person. She's all about procedure and function and forms and programs and processes and analytics. She focuses on getting things done at the end of the day. So now you're finding yourself on the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen, and you're on the left side or right side. So let's define a little bit about what each one of these quadrants mean. So we've got these outgoing, task-oriented people. We're going to call you high Ds or dominant styles. Never met a challenge you couldn't face, love to be in charge, take charge mentality. Then we've got our outgoing and people-oriented folks. Those are our inspiring styles. We're going to call you high Is. Just love influencing others, oozing charisma all the time, just like to be in and around people. You're all about having fun. And then we have our supportive styles. Those are our reserved and people-oriented. Kind folks, make super friends. They're great listeners, give you the shirt off their back. They're just wonderful people and the glue of any organization. And then we have our high Cs, which are our reserved and task-oriented people. These folks are analytical. They are, think about accountants, lawyers, doctors, those kind of people who are just high-level thinkers. These people are the E.F. Hutton of the disc world. If you remember the old commercial, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. That's right, people listen. So C's don't really say a whole lot most times, but when they do, they've really thought through what they have to say, and it's usually like, pretty epic in terms of the results of that. Now, we're all a unique blend of these four traits. So we all have a little bit of D, a little bit of I, a little bit of S, and a little bit of C, some in more categories than others. I'm an IS. My I is really, really high, my S is really high, and then everything else kind of falls towards the bottom of the scale. So money fights are an issue. Let's start with budgets. which styles are more likely to have budgets and which styles are more likely to break the budget. So let's talk about a vacation budget. For high Ds, vacation budgets need to be stuck to because we got to get the maximum enjoyment out of this vacation possible. I spent thousands of dollars going to Disney World. We're going to hit every park. We're going to get there early, stay late, ride all the rides. It's got to be about getting everything possible done. Squeeze the blood out of that turnip. For the eyes, budget? What budget, man? You can't put a price tag on memories. I mean, I've spent $35 already trying to win that little bear, over there. Forget that mess. How much for that giant pink bear over there? Yeah. For the S's, it's whatever the group wants to do. What do y'all think? I don't know. What do you think? Well, whatever we decide, we all need to pitch in together and help pay for whatever we're going to do. If we're going to ride down the rapids or stay an extra day, we all have to kind of pitch in because it's all about the team. And for the high C's, stick to the budget. So in general terms, D's and I's are more of the spenders, and S's and C's are more of the savers. Let me kind of give you what I mean by that. Let's get this new car now, people. Let's go. My bonus will cover it, right? I'm a producer. That's what I do. Those I's are optimistic. Man, we'll make it work. I'm not sure how, but we'll make it happen some way. Do you know how long it took us to save for this dishwasher? We got to make this thing last 10 years. It was just take your time, use the right dishwashing soap. We got to make this thing last. It's all about the value. I have calculated that if we buy this 2010 car with cash, we can save on payments over the course of the next 8 years and will be $4,500 reduction in payments and interest. So let's go with the 2007 instead, which we can actually save $8,500. So that's spending and saving and budgeting, but what about investing? So let's say you inherited $10,000 from a family member. That's a nice sum of money. How would each style approach that? $10,000, man, we need to make that thing $100,000. We can do it in 5 years. I got investments over here on the side. We can do a little hustling, pork belly futures. I'm on it. Yeah, we can probably make that thing grow, but we got to make it diverse. I like to dabble in this and dabble a little bit in that. I get bored if all my investments are the same over the long haul. We need to keep this money safe. This $10,000 is a lot of money, and Grandma wanted us to do something positive with it, but we got to make sure that we don't do anything strange or dumb or crazy, because if we do, we might lose it. And think about her legacy. Gosh, that would destroy me. We can use analytics and Morningstar and Yahoo Financials and any other tool we can to make sure we're doing the right thing with this money, because the future is so uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen, but if we can project things out and use good tools, they'll be able to take this money and grow it slowly and steadily over time. D's and I's are more of a risk taker. S's and C's are more conservative and more risk averse. So if your partner or you're married or your spouse or girlfriend or whatever, and you guys are having conversations about money, we have to think about, are you a spender or a saver? Are you going to be protecting our money? Or are you just going to be ready to get rid of it as fast as it lands in your pocket? Without the conversation about this, though, you're going to have the same mentality that everyone else does, which is, why don't you think like I do? And that's where the self-awareness piece comes in. For those of you who are new to budgeting, I highly recommend Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. I don't sell it. I'm not an affiliate. I've just used it before. My wife and I have had a lot of success with that over the years in terms of budgeting for us. Budget was a bad word for me as a high I, and trying to come up with a way that we didn't bounce checks when we were really young, back in our 20s, was a struggle for us. But Dave's plan kind of put us on the road to success, and he has what he calls an envelope system. And in that envelope system, you take your money, everything in your budget is written out. How much you're going to spend out of each check goes to food or to gas or to car payments or insurance or whatever, house payment, rental, whatever you're doing. And by having that, you know where every cent is going. And so you can plan for that. And he even builds in a way that you can put things into the budget, what he calls an emergency fund. And creating that emergency fund helps you when you get a flat tire, or you've got to go to the doctor and it's an extra $200 that you didn't expect in your budget. So those things can allow you to forego and avoid some of these crazy potholes that happen when you're in relationships where you haven't discussed money before. It will save your marriage. It certainly saved mine. That's the 30,000-foot view. Of course, without taking an assessment, you won't really know where you are on the spectrum, because again, we're all a unique blend of these 4 traits. So how do I find that out? We'll take an assessment. You can go to my website. I'll have a link in the description below. I also have a link to all the other tools that we have available to you to better understand yourself, others, and adapt. We'll see you next time.